Hi, I'm Joe and welcome to the channel. In this micro lesson, I thought I would talk about breaking out of the major pentatonic box. You may recall a video I did just a few videos back where I talked about breaking out of the minor pentatonic box that everyone's familiar with. What I showed in that video is using basically a different pattern that instead of starting on the root, we start on the flat 7. And we do 2 notes on the first string, 3 notes on the next string, like this. And then the pattern repeats. 2 notes, then 3 notes. Same thing again. In that video, I shared that with you so you could start thinking about getting out of that normal pentatonic box that you're used to and starting to move linearly on the guitar neck. Now, what's interesting about that is that what if we take that idea and we flip-flop it? What if we started with 3 notes on the first string and then 2 notes on the next string? Well, what do I mean? Well, let's look at this in that A minor pentatonic scale that we had. Starting on the C note, I had 3 notes, and then I moved up 2. Well, let's start there. And for the sake of doing this, let's go ahead and move up to the C that's located on the low E string. And let's follow this pattern. So 3 notes on the first string, 2 notes on the next. 3 notes. 3 notes. Now, what did we just do? Well, you can say we extended maybe the A minor pentatonic scale, right? Because we were using the exact same notes. But guess what we also did? We actually also just played the major pentatonic scale. See, A minor and C major are relative keys to each other. So what does that mean? Well, when you're playing in A minor, you're actually in the key of C, starting on the 6th degree. So what happens is the same notes are shared for both scales, the A minor pentatonic scale and the C major pentatonic scale. So what's interesting about this is that same exact pattern that we used as part of our A minor scale, we can now play as our C major pentatonic scale. And what's nice about this, we have to remember that this is a movable scale shape, right? So let's start this now off let's try the key of G. So what would the pattern be? Well, the pattern would be 3 notes again on the first string, and then 2 notes. Repeat again, 3 notes, then 2 notes. Because of the way the B string is tuned, we have to pick up the G starting here, but we do the same pattern. 3. So now we have the G major pentatonic scale. Now it's important to know the notes that we're playing now. We're not playing the same notes that we played when we played our minor pentatonic pattern. We're now playing the major pentatonic pattern, which has a different formula to it. Well, what is that formula? Well, it's the root, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So 1, which is G, A is 2, B is the 3rd degree in the scale, 5 is D, and the 6th is E. So when you're learning this new pattern, make sure that you're understanding the scale degrees that you're playing, because it's always going to help you with your soloing, because you always want to land on those target notes. And what's really nice about the major pentatonic scale is that the major triad is sitting right in there. So if we're playing G, our G major triad is right in there. G, B, D. And it's on all the strings. And that's really powerful to know because those are the target notes that you're going to want to hit when you're using this scale in your solos. So some practice tips for you. When you're playing this, obviously get familiar with the pattern, get that underneath your fingers. Remember, these patterns, you can share your licks, so anything that you come up with in one position will just work in the next position just an octave higher. And it gives it a little bit of a different sound, so you can now start to develop some motifs in your soloing using those same exact patterns that you're used to and the same finger movements. Also, make sure that you start to memorize the names of the notes again. So now you're starting on the root, second, third, 5, and 6th degree of the scale. And for something fun to do, now put a little backing track together for yourself. Maybe play a G chord to a C chord to a D chord, a simple 1-4-5 chord progression, and then play the corresponding major pentatonic scale over that. Well, what do I mean? Well, if we're playing G, go ahead and do your pattern, so you can get used to that sound. When you go to the C, what's nice is you can shift up and do it, but you know from your A minor pentatonic scale that we just learned in the other video that we have that same shape right here. So we can use that. So watch this. This is G, C, D, C. Now you don't have to play that pattern that I was doing there, but I was just trying to illustrate to you how you can stay basically in one position now using that formula to play your major pentatonic scales that correspond to the chord changes that you're having flowing underneath you in the music. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you found some value in it, and if you did, please consider supporting the channel for free. I would appreciate that by subscribing down below, hit the like button, or knock on the bell and you'll be notified when the next video comes out. Until next time, I wish you a great day.